All right, in this video, we're going to pick up with our second top for our technical line drawings. I would like to take a look here on our layers menu. We already did the tank top in the prior tutorial. Hopefully you have already started there. It's the simpler top to begin with. I'm going to zoom out just a moment here and show you that that one is already done. Now then over here we'll be working on our second artboard, but I don't want to put it on my tank top layer, so I'm going to lock that layer and create a new layer for the sweatshirt. There we go. And I've zoomed in somewhat here to take a look at interpreting the photograph of a sweatshirt that is provided for you in the file, and then our croquis to draw it on. Now remember, we will be drawing with our pen tool to do the outline of the shirt. I would like to make sure that my fill is at a nothing fill, so make sure the fill box is the one overlapping top. You can click on the none, and then my stroke weight is at 1 point. Perfect. So I'm going to start with just the front part. We can recopy the neck here in a minute. I'm going to click at center front neck, holding down my mouse button, holding down my shift key to kind of give myself some control arms outwards here for my curve. Up here at the neck, I'm depositing a second point so that I am identifying the bottom of my little crew neck ribbing. Okay, now also notice on the shoulder of the sweatshirt kind of is a drop shoulder and fits a little bit loose and large. So I'm going to go ahead and click, hold, dragging just a little bit because I kind of want to curve off of my shoulder there. Now instead of bringing my arm straight down, I'm going to kind of swing it out to the side. I'm also going to click and hold, giving a little bit of control arms here to curve, because as you can see, the sweatshirt arms are a lot fuller than we have the tighter wrist cuff. So single click to give those a little bit harder corners. Remember, I just want to get some points laid down in just about the right places. I can always edit those. Now then for the fullness again of the sleeve, click, hold, and drag just a little bit. Coming up underneath the arm, a little bit away from the body because the body of a sweatshirt is so much fuller. And I'm also kind of thinking in line underneath that arm point above. Single click, coming down, and then looking at the length of the shirt, body of the shirt is about the length of my arms, so I'm going to kind of work with that. Click, hold, and drag just so I've got a little curve here. And if my inner points on the hips come inside the body just a little bit, that's all right. Back to center front, single click there as well. Now, I don't want to continue drawing. I want to stop. I can change my tool, and I can also do it by a keyboard shortcut as well, is hold down my command key or just hotkey it to the selection key, which is the letter V. So here is my open object for 1/2 of the top. And I may come in here and inspect closely more what I have as far as single points. Do I want to make any adjustments maybe to any of the curves on there? I thought that was pretty good. Whoops. Down here, my armholes. I may want to move out some points if I need to. Down here on the bottom of the sweatshirt, something there. This one, I made that kind of a hard point so it would point out there, but I think I may want to convert that. So let's take a look at our anchor convert tool. I'm going to click and hold, and by dragging, I'm giving it some control arms, and that made that bottom line just arc a little bit. I'm going to go back to my direct select tool and even bring that point out just a little. So I'm happy with that shape for my outline shape here, and I'm going to select that open path. I'm going to come over to my reflect tool, double click. I'm making a copy of that one. It puts the copy centered above the other object. Go to my selection tool, use my keyboards, shift key jumps it 10 points across, tapping it to move it across the body there. It's okay if it overlaps on the picture, that's all right. Now, I may want to even go one tap, not with the shift key. It opens up a little gap between these 2 points. The bottom one has a gap, obviously. So we've got 2 open paths. We need to combine them. We'll use our direct select tool to click, let me zoom in just a little bit here. I want to be away from, I don't want to touch the line just yet. I'll move the object if I do, but clicking and holding my key down or my mouse button down. Dragging a container box to collect both of these points once those 2 points are selected. Order of operations, object, path, average. Click OK. Object, path, join. All right, so they're joined at the top. Now I need to join these at the bottom. Click outside and away, but drag my cursor and collection box to contain both of those points. They are the ones selected. Object, path, average them first. They are stacked on top of each other in space. Object, path, join. Okay, so now I have a closed object. On here, the details that we'll put a seam line for our armholes, and then I'm going to show you the way to do some ribbing. We also need to make a back neck as well. So let's start with doing some detail for our armhole. I'm going to go back to my pen tool, and this time I'm going to make my stroke a 0.7. How about that? So I'm going to click here, and I think I'll just do a single click there, get under the arm, click, hold, and I'm kind of dragging so that I get a little bit of an arc. Now I'm still in my pen tool. I am done drawing though. That was just a 2-point path. Jump to my selection tool by using my keyboard hotkey, the letter V. All right, so I've got this one. I just need to make a flipped copy for the other side. I could draw it, but if I want to make them the exact same, I just use this tool, copy, come back to my selection tool immediately, and use my keyboard arrows to nudge it right back across the screen. Let off the shift key as I nudge it to put it in place. See how quick that is? It was just about as quick as if I was trying to draw it to look exactly the same. Now then remember to make a save after you've done some drawing. So Command S will keyboard save real quickly for you. Now I'm going to show you how to make the ribbing for your armhole, the bottom of the neck or bottom of the shirt, and in our neck. So let's start with the arm. It's the smallest, quickest, easiest one. We are going to direct select just the segment, so not these 2 points, but the segment in between. I'm going to direct select that. It's kind of hard. It looks like the whole thing's selected. I'm going to copy that and paste in front. Now I know that that was the only selected one because the copied piece is what I wanted. Now I am going to move that up a little bit, kind of centering it in this space that I have here for it. Now, great little trick. With that object selected, I'm going to actually make sure I have the object by using my selection tool. I want to thicken up that stroke. Let's actually do it from our stroke menu here. We're going to thicken the stroke till it pretty much fills this space. I think I'll go to the 8. Now, here's something really fun. When we do the dashed line, I'm going to do a dash of, let's see, I'm going to do a dash of 1, but I'm going to make my gap, let's try a 0.5. There we go. And see how it almost looks like ribbing. I could even, let's see, maybe my dash be a 0.7. How about that? I think I like that one better. Now I have that set up, so let's show you another trick for doing that. Direct select down here on our bottom hem. There's a point in the center of that line, so I will actually click on the anchor point, and I'm going to do a command copy, command paste in front. I am going to move that line up to about the middle of the space for the ribbing. Okay. Deselect it for a moment, use my selection tool so I make sure I select the whole object. With that object selected, I can actually use my eyedropper tool to, this one's selected, but I want to click on this line, and it changes this line to these attributes, meaning it makes it the same weight and applies the dashed lines on there. Now I do see that it's a little bit higher right in here. Okay, I don't want to click anymore with my eyedropper tool. I'll go back to my selection tool, and I'm going to use my keyboard arrow to nudge it down one, just so it sits a little bit closer in there where I want it. And I like that. Same thing now coming over to here. There's no point in the center of this line, so I'm going to just click on that segment. Copy, paste in front, nudge my arrows back up into place, eyedropper tool over to a line that has the attributes I want that to mimic. Great. Away from it. Now let's go do the neck one. That's going to be a little bit trickier. Here we go. Select the anchor point for center front neck. Going to copy, paste in front. That's Command C, Command F. Keyboard nudge that into place. And I will have to single click on the outer points here to kind of adjust that. I'll have to zoom out just a little bit. Select this new object, use my eyedropper tool to change that. And it did not seem to collect what I wanted to. I'm going to Command Z to undo that. Let me get on this line and try it. There we go. Now it's a little bit long for my neck one, so all I need to do is decrease, there we go, decrease the weight of that line. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit and give it a keyboard arrow nudge up there. So there's my neck curve. Now I'm going to use my direct select tool, click and drag so that I get the point here and the point for the ribbing. Command copy, Command F. That is now in front of that one. And select away, drag over those two. Let's see if I just single click on those. There we go. Had to single click on the pasted ones in front, nudging those anchor points upwards. Now I actually need that to go to the back of the stacking order, arrange, send to back. There we go. Now it looks like they're overlapping, and that's because right now our sweatshirt has a fill, and I'm going to select the outer edge of the sweatshirt silhouette object. It has a nothing fill right now, so that we would be able to draw it over the body and be able to see. But now I want the fill to go to white, a solid white. I'm not going to worry about the background being a little bit different color, but that solid white fills in behind that ribbing, and there we go. So zooming further out, you don't have to put the Stanford on there. If you want to do some kind of design, that's fine. But there is our sweatshirt. We'll do a Command S. The next video will show you the camp shirt, and then we'll be done with the tops for your assignment for this week. Let me know if you have any questions. Email me or text me.